This is Donna Fine, and we are live in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I'm here with KaLyn Cooper, who writes romantic suspense, and I just bought one last night. I'm excited to start it, and she's going to share with us a little bit about herself and about the books that she's writing, so I'll let you share.
I actually never wrote my first romantic novel until about 5 years ago, and since then number 16 just recently published, so I've been cranking them out. In my books, all of my heroes and many of my heroines are either active duty or veterans, and so I tend to write military romantic suspense, you gotta have that action, or military contemporary.
Oh, very good. And do you have like a special place in your heart for the military? What made you choose military?
My husband was active duty, wore a uniform for 27 years,
Wow.
and of which I was with him the entire time, before and after. We're about to celebrate our 40th anniversary of being married.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we were together before that too.
Wow.
So yeah, long time.
And I think I was reading on your blog that you even will speak to military wives.
Yes, that's always available.
Wow, that's great. And I loved on your website, you share some fun facts. So those were very fun. I found those for each of the books. I think you share like a fun fact.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, I actually do a lot of research, and many of my ideas come from headlines, and which is exciting because I can then pull something recent into the books themselves, and the research is a little easier because it's right there.
Yeah. Yes, then Google helps a lot.
Oh, it does. It really does.
So I was going to ask, how do you strike a balance? Because I know you have a lot of strong female characters in your
Yes.
book. So how do you balance like having a strong female character but not making her like obnoxious or where she just makes stupid decisions? So how do you find that balance?
Well, I write what I know, and what I know and what I personally am attracted to and who are my friends are strong females. And I couldn't write a stupid, idiotic female, although we do make bad decisions, you know, on a regular basis. I'm sorry, but you know, those are often decisions from the heart rather than from the head, and both can be from personal history. So I try to build their history so that if they do make bad decisions, there's a reason they made that bad decision. Either they had their heart broken before because of a similar circumstance, or from their own experience that particular way doesn't work for them.
Wow. All right. Is there something that's been like memorable or surprised you after becoming an author?
Oh, yeah, I wrote nonfiction. I have 5 nonfiction books out, and Ghost wrote several nonfiction books. And the romance community is so opposite of the nonfiction community, or worse yet, the academic community, which I've also been a ghostwriter in. And to me, romance authors are so wonderful. They will step up, they will give you a hug. You know, it's like, I'm sorry it was a bad pitch. It's okay, the next one will be better. You learn from this one. And romance authors are so in tune with one another because we all face the same demons. I mean, we sit by ourselves and literally in writing caves most often, and that cave can be in your mind as well, and because it's a place you go where it's quiet, where it's just you and the characters that are in your head and the stories that are trying to get out. And we all face that, and so when we come together and are able to work, you know, meet up, it's like an instant click, an instant bonding, because we've all been there at one point or another, and the longer you're in the career, the more experiences. I mean, everybody has a stack this thick of rejection letters, you know. I mean, there's someplace, and believe it or not, most of us keep them.
Oh, wow.
because it reminds us of where we started from, and then we also know what it's like to have to be alone, and to try to work through the scene, the character arc, by ourselves. And quite often, we'll have authors friends. I have like 3 or 4 that I talk to every week that help me work through. If I have a problem, I call my friend. I live on the East Coast. She lives on the West Coast. Well, except for calling her early in the morning, which I don't dare do. But anyway, I'll call her up and say, hey, look, this is where I am with this story. So by the time I get to the end of the story, I know she knows my story as well as I know it. And the same goes back and forth. I mean, because she'll say at the same time, it's like, okay, KaLyn, I've got this problem. What am I going to do with him? Easy, just kill somebody off. I mean, this is romantic suspense. When in doubt, shake it up.
We have seen that just here, even at the conference, that there's such a community. It's like you guys have a tribe in the romance community. So
we do.
It's nice.
We do, which is so opposite. If an author has never written in another genre, I mean, they don't realize how wonderful that immediate connection is and can be.
Yeah, that is. It's so good. What is the biggest surprise after becoming an author? Like, have you had like readers or the industry like share, like after having read your books, like do they share anything with you of how it impacted them?
Yeah. Let's see. I'll get an email now and then, from a reader that it's like, I'm going through chemo. Your books kept me laughing, crying. Another emotion. Another one may say something to the effect of I love how your books take me out of my life, and strangely enough, and I'll share this one with you, one of my editors, I have a series of it's called Cancun series, and of course it all takes place in Cancun. And after she had edited the first 2 books, they were trying to find some place to go on vacation, and it was cold and snowy in Wisconsin or Michigan or one of those cold states. and she said, you know what, KaLyn, I think I hate you. I found myself looking online for the best deal I could find for a resort in Cancun. I said, well, here's a list, have a good time.
So that kind of takes me, so do you have to do a lot of research for the books?
Yes. I'm into facts and actualities and things like that. And I've worked in marketing and public relations for over 35 years, and before moving into a novelist, I guess. Yes, author, whatever. Anyway, and so I've learned through marketing and PR, you got to have the facts, and keeping the facts straight and getting them out there accurately is important to me. And I have, at any given time, I'll have like 5 tabs open where I'm looking something up. Believe it or not, just to get a fact correct in one sentence, because it's amazing how one little thing can throw you off. Fact is, I was talking today with one of the readers, and she says, you know what I like about your books? It's because you get the military right. It's like, well, duh, I should. But she said that she was trying to find it on her phone, where she was reading a book, and she said, they got all this stuff wrong about the Navy. They had civilians living on base, and they had this, and they had that, and he made this rank in 10 years, and it's like, no way. And I'm right there with her. And I hate it when an author gets something that available wrong. We all have Google, I mean, where would we be without Wikipedia, And when that fails, guess what? There are a lot of other websites out there that have, and maybe it goes back to one of my degrees is in journalism, And it's like you always have to double check or even triple check certain sources. And I find myself doing that even as an author. It's like, really? Really? I gotta double check this one, and I prefer the accuracy of it, and the amount of research that I do is just horrendous. But you said earlier that you'd seen my website and seen the facts. In marketing and PR, I learned sometimes facts are stranger than truth. and, that's why I tell people, when they read my books, you'd be surprised at what's fact that you might think is fiction. Nope. Sorry guys, nanobots are real.
Well, and sometimes you read something and you go, I hope this is not real.
Yeah. But guess what? It probably is.
I hope they don't have that ability to do that stuff.
Well, they do.
That's awesome. Well, we're going to end our Facebook Live, but we're going to record a video on our blog, and so you're definitely going to want to check that out. So we'll sign off for now, and we'll see you later this week on the blog. Bye.
Bye.